Your car would not start this morning. You turned the key and got nothing, or maybe a slow crank, or that clicking sound that tells you something is wrong. First instinct, dead battery. Call the shop, buy a new one, $200 gone. But here is what the auto shop is counting on you not knowing before you call. Most car batteries that fail to start a vehicle are not actually dead at all. They are discharged. And there is a significant difference between the two. Welcome to Fix It Nation, where we show you exactly how to fix your car without handing your money to someone who knows you do not know any better. If this is your first time here, subscribe now and hit that notification bell. Every week we expose the markups and the shortcuts that cost American drivers billions. Let me explain what is actually happening inside your car battery right now. A lead-acid car battery has a natural self-discharge rate even when not in use. If your car sits for 2 weeks without being driven, the battery loses charge. Cold weather accelerates this dramatically. Below freezing, a battery can lose up to 35% of its cranking power compared to room temperature. That means a perfectly healthy battery on a cold January morning in Chicago can behave exactly like a dying battery and leave you stranded in your driveway. The battery is not dead. It is cold and discharged. Completely different problem. Different problem means different solution, and a very different price tag. Mike from Detroit came out on a Monday morning in February to a car that would not start, towed it to the nearest shop. They tested the battery for 45 seconds, told him it was failing and needed immediate replacement, and charged him $190 for a new battery plus $60 for the diagnostic, $250 total. 45-minute job. 3 weeks later, his neighbor had the exact same problem with the same symptoms. His neighbor had a battery charger in the garage, charged it overnight for free. Car started perfectly the next morning and ran without issue for another 2 years. Same symptoms. $250 difference in outcome. The only variable was knowing what to check before reaching for the phone. That is exactly the kind of knowledge this channel exists to give you. There are dozens of repairs just like this hiding in plain sight every single day. Simple diagnostics that shops turn into expensive services because you do not know better. I put all of it together in the American Mechanic Vault. First link in the description. But stay right here because what comes next will save you money the next time your car refuses to start, which for most drivers is a matter of when, not if. So why do auto shops push replacement over recharging so consistently? The math is straightforward and it has nothing to do with what is best for you. A new battery generates between $80 and $200 in parts markup alone. A recharge generates $0 if you do it yourself, or $20 if they do it. The labor time is similar either way. The profit difference is enormous. Auto parts retail in America is a $40 billion industry annually. Battery replacement alone accounts for a significant portion of that number. A large chunk of those replacements are batteries that could have been recovered. Auto shops know this. The good ones will tell you honestly, many will not, because their business model depends on you not knowing what you are looking at. Now let me show you exactly how to diagnose your battery situation in 10 minutes. You will need one tool, a multimeter, available at any hardware store for $10. This single $10 tool replaces the $80 diagnostic shop's charge for step 1 with the car off. Set your multimeter to DC voltage and touch the probes to the battery terminals. Red probe to positive, black probe to negative. A fully charged healthy battery reads between 12.6 and 12.8 volts. 12.4 means it is about 75% charged. Still recoverable. Below 12 volts means it is significantly discharged and needs a full charge first. Below 11 volts means the battery may have a dead cell and replacement is likely needed. This reading alone tells you more than most shops will tell you in their paid diagnostic. Step 2. Now start the car and measure voltage again with the engine running. A healthy charging system reads between 13.7 and 14.4 volts. Anything outside that range points to a charging problem, not a battery problem. If it reads below 13 volts with the engine running, your alternator may be the issue. That means the battery is fine but the thing that charges it is failing instead. Completely different repair, completely different cost. And now you know which one it is. This 2-minute test just told you exactly what is wrong and what it will actually cost. No shop, no diagnostic fee, no upsell, just information you now have for free. Now the full recovery process. If your battery tested between 11 and 12.4, that range means discharged but potentially still healthy enough to recover completely. That range means it is discharged but potentially still healthy enough to recover fully. You will need a battery charger. A basic trickle charger costs between $20 and $40. It pays for itself the very first time you use it instead of calling a shop. It pays for itself the first time you use it instead of calling a shop or buying a new battery. Step 1. Connect the charger clamps to the battery terminals while the car is off. Red clamp to the positive terminal marked with a plus sign or the letters P. Black clamp to the negative terminal marked with a minus sign or the letters neg. Make sure the clamps have solid contact and are not touching each other at any point. Step 2. Set the charger to the lowest amperage setting available, typically 2 amps. Slow charging is always better for battery health than fast charging at high amperage. A slow 2 amp charge overnight fully recovers most discharged batteries without damage. Fast charging at 10 or more amps can work in emergencies but shortens battery lifespan. Step 3. Let the charger run until the indicator shows a full charge. Most modern chargers have a green light or a digital display that confirms completion. This typically takes 6 to 12 hours depending on how discharged the battery was. Step 4. Disconnect the charger, start the car, and run your multimeter test again. You are looking for 12.6 volts or higher with the engine off, and 13.7 to 14.4 with the engine running. If both readings are in range, your battery is fully recovered and your car is fine. If the voltage drops back below 12 volts within a few hours of driving, the battery has a dead cell and genuinely needs replacement this time. Now you know for certain. That entire process costs you nothing if you already own a charger, and $40 if you need to buy one, which you will use for years going forward. Compare that to $200 for a replacement you may not have needed at all. Now let's talk about battery maintenance to prevent this from happening again. If your car sits for more than 2 weeks without being driven, connect a trickle charger. Many drivers use a solar trickle charger that maintains charge automatically year-round. They cost $15 to $30 and plug directly into your car's 12-volt outlet. Set it and forget it. Your battery stays topped off without you thinking about it. Clean your battery terminals twice a year with a wire brush and baking soda solution. Corrosion on the terminals creates resistance and makes your battery work harder. That white or blue buildup you see on the terminals is stealing cranking power from you. Removing it takes 5 minutes and costs nothing. It can add years to battery life. Check your battery age. Most car batteries last 3 to 5 years under normal use. If yours is over 4 years old and showing any weakness, proactive replacement makes sense. But replacement on your terms, at your timing, with a battery you researched and priced. Not in a panic at a shop that charges double because you had no other option that morning. Your grandparents knew their cars inside and out. Not because they were mechanics. Because that knowledge was considered basic. Something every driver was expected to have. Somewhere along the way that expectation disappeared and an industry filled the gap. Charging for knowledge that should have been yours all along. Fix-It Nation exists to give it back, one repair at a time. Subscribe now. Hit the bell, and share this with someone who just got charged. $200 for a battery that probably just needed an overnight charge. And here is one more thing worth knowing before you close this video. Not all replacement batteries are created equal. If you do need a new one eventually, buy it yourself at an auto parts store and install it yourself in 15 minutes. The same battery a shop installs for $200 costs $80 at autos, and installation is for bolts and 2 cable connections. No mechanical experience needed. You just saved over $100 on the exact same part doing the exact same job. Every repair you learn to handle yourself compounds over time, just like interest. The $10 you spend on a multimeter today pays dividends every single year. The $40 charger prevents the next $200 panic replacement. The knowledge you now have is permanent. It does not wear out. It does not expire. That is the real value of what you just learned, not just today. Every day going forward. Welcome to the nation that fixes things. See you in the next one. Every dollar saved on unnecessary repairs is a dollar that stays in your pocket, and it starts with knowing the difference between discharged and actually dead. Now you know, and that changes everything the next time your car does not start.